Morning students, in the previous video we had seen about the second order low pass filter. So now in this video we will see about your first order high pass and second order high pass Butterworth filter there. So here in your first order high pass Butterworth filter, again we are going to form same here also we are going to use your non-inverting configuration for constructing your high pass filter. Here in this case the only difference between your low pass and high passes, we are going to have this RC components to be interchanged. In the case of low pass filter, here we had a resistor and here we had a capacitance. But in the case of a high pass filter, we are going to have a capacitance to be connected to the input signal source and a resistance to be connected to the input terminal of your terminal of your operational amplifier, that is to the non-inverting input terminal of your operational amplifier there. So here in this case, we are going to see what is going to be the gain here. So here high pass, the name itself tells high pass means it is going to allow the higher band of frequencies. So here we are going to say that this is going to be your FL. So above this cutoff frequency, your filter is going to allow the range of frequencies, and below this cutoff frequency it is going to attenuate or block the frequencies there. So this range of frequencies is going to be called as your pass band, and this range of frequencies it is going to be called as your stop band. And this we are going to define it as your FL, because this is the cutoff frequency of your high pass filter there. So here after this cutoff only filter is going to allow. So here in this case your slope is going to increase. So here when the slope is going to increase, the slope of your high pass filter is going to be plus 20 decibels per decade. And here to find out this cutoff frequency, what is going to be the gain multiplied by 0.707 into AF, I will be getting a value. From that value extend the graph. When I extend it, it will intersect at one point, bring it down. That is going to be the cutoff frequency of the high pass filter there. So here now, again here also we want to find out what is going to be the output voltage or gain of this high pass filter. So to find out the gain of this high pass filter, we know that V0 is equivalent to, since again here also we are using a non-inverting input configuration, so here it is going to be 1 plus RF by R1. That is nothing but the gain. So gain is 1 plus this RF and R1 into your V1 voltage. So the voltage at this point is going to be your V1 voltage there. Now I should find out what is going to be the V1 voltage. So V1 voltage, we know that it is going to be the drop across this resistance R. So to find out, it is your V in into your drop across the resistance is going to be R minus by your total impedance. So total impedance is going to be R minus J into XC. So if I am going to simplify it, my expression is going to be here V in, this Jxc is nothing but V in into R divided by R minus J into 1 by, so I will write it as plus, here this J I will remove it, J into 2 pi RC. So if I take the LCM, it is going to be V in, this one will go to the numerator, so J 2 pi RC, this is J pi, so this is J 2 pi F into C. So 2 pi F into C. So here R is already in the numerator, so here it is going to be R divided by, if I am going to multiply it, J 2 pi F R C plus 1. So now we have to define your cutoff frequency. Your cutoff frequency is nothing but your FL is equivalent to your 1 by 2 pi RC. So that we can see that your FL is equivalent to 1 by 2 pi RC. So that we can see it in the next slide. So here in this case your V1 is equivalent to, your V1 value is equivalent to R into V in divided by R minus J XC. So V in into R by R plus 1 by J 2 pi FC. If I take the LCM, it is going to be V in into R into J 2 pi FC by 2 J 2 pi FC R plus 1. So here we know FL is nothing but 1 by 2 pi RC. So here 2 pi RC is here, if I am going to take, it is your 2 pi RC. So 2 pi RC is nothing but this 2 pi RC. So I can write it as F by FL. So I can write it as your AF is equivalent to, your AF is nothing but this gain 1 plus RF by R1. I am going to write the gain as AF into V1 is nothing but V in into j, this f value divided by fl by 1 plus j into f by fl, because if I am going to see this 2 pi cr, 2 pi cr is nothing but 1 by fl. So I can write it as j into 1 f by fl. Here in this case AF is nothing but the passband gain of the filter, f is the frequency of the input signal, and fl is equal to 1 by 2 pi RC is nothing but the low cutoff frequency, which is going to be in hertz. So we say that your magnitude, how we are going to define the cutoff frequency is when the magnitude of the gain is going to be 0.7 times 7 times its passband value there. So at frequencies greater than FL, it is going to be called as a passband frequencies, because and these passband frequencies are going to be determined by the closed loop bandwidth of the op amp there. So now we are going to find out what is going to be the magnitude. So V0 by Vin is equivalent to AF into F by FL by square root of 1 plus F by FL the whole square. So this was your gain or a magnitude gain of your high pass filter. So now the whatever frequency scaling procedures we had followed for the low pass filter, same frequency scaling procedures we have to follow for your high pass. So what we did, we found out the ratio of the original cutoff frequency to the new cutoff frequency, and that ratio was multiplied by the resistor value. So we got the new resistor value, and the capacitance value is going to be the same. So that is how we have to design your high pass filter there. So for a new frequency value. So now we will see a problem. Design a high pass filter at a cutoff frequency of 1 kHz with a passband gain of 2. So we know that FL is equivalent to 1 kHz, C is equivalent to 0.01 microfarad, R is equivalent to, we know that it is 1 by 2 pi FL into C. So FL is 1 kHz already given in the problem, C is 0.01 microfarad. So 0.01 into 10 power minus 6, that value is going to be 15.9 kilo ohms there. And they are given the passband gain to be 2. So passband gain is 2 means we are going to substitute as your 1 plus as usual. So like in the previous problem we had seen 1 plus RF by R1 is equivalent to 2. So RF by R1 is equivalent to 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. So RF is equivalent to R1. So when RF is equivalent to R1, I can choose my RF and R1 to be 1K, or I can choose it to be 10K. So this is how you have to design your high pass filter. Next is your second order high pass Butterworth filter. So second order high pass Butterworth filter is, instead of using your one RC pair, if I am going to use 2 RC pairs, then we call it as your second order high pass Butterworth filter. So the only change is, in this case, the first set of RC pair will be connected. The first set of RC pair, the other end of the resistance will be connected to the output. So both the sides will be having your feedback. So here in this case, this output will be fed back to the one end of your resistance, that is to the first RC pair there. So what is the difference here in this case of your second order filter is, your same procedure only. Here you are above the cutoff frequency, your filter is going to allow the range of frequencies, and that is going to be called as passband. Only difference is your slope is going to be around minus 40 decibels per decade. So it is going to depend, your slope is going to depend on your n into, so n is nothing but the order of the filter, n into the slope of the first order filter. So here the slope of the first order filter was 20 dB per decade, because this gain is increasing. So here when the gain is increasing, it is your plus 20 dB per decade. So first order filter. So in this case, this is a second order. So second order means n value is going to be 2. So n is equal to 2 means slope of the first order filter was 20 dB per decade. So here in this case, the slope is going to be 40 decibels per decade. So why, when I am going to have my first order, why do I go for second order? So here in this case, for the first order, when my slope is going to be, this is 20 decibels per decade. So when I am going to include one more RC pair, my slope is going to be little bit reduced. That means it is going to approach closely to that of the ideal characteristics there. So when I go for higher order filters, my slope will be almost, my response will be close to that of an ideal filter. That is why we go for your higher order filters there. So here we write V naught by Vin is equivalent to F by FL into AF. The same formula, only modification for a second order is it should be 4, 2n. So 2 into second order means 2, so 4. So V naught by Vin is equivalent to F by FL into AF by square root of 1 plus F by FL the whole power 4. So where F is nothing but the frequency of the input signal, FL is the low cutoff frequency of this low cutoff frequency or the cutoff frequency of a high pass filter. AF, the other changes, the pass band gain for your second order filter is 1.586. This is the standard value what you have to remember there. AF is equal to 1.586, the pass band gain for the second order Butterworth filter there. So determine the problem, we'll go for the problem there. Determine the low cutoff frequency FL of the filter, that is for the second order filter. For that we are going to design it. FL is equal to, so second order means 2 RC bands, so R2 R3 and C2 C3. So we will write it as 1 by 2 pi square root of R2 R3 C2 C3. So R2 value is nothing but 33K, R3 value is 33K, C2 is 0.0047 microfarad, C3 is 0.0047 microfarad. So substituting all these values, I can find my cutoff frequency to be 1 kilohertz. The gain is going to be 1.586. The passband gain for a second order filter should be 1.586 there. So now, thank you.